They are from Maitland, Florida. Lots of sunshine there. They team the take-on today. They're from Hawaii. Lots of sunshine there. Both of these teams are playing some pretty good baseball, and the flavor of the islands is here. And it's available in ESPN HD. Our coverage of the Little League World Series 2005 welcomes you back. It is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. And oh, has the summer ever been good to us here so far? Youngsters on hand, ready to go. And for these two teams, somebody's going to lose the first game of this Little League World Series because both of these clubs are 2-0. They come from Hawaii and Florida, and for the first time, they get to go up against one another. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. This is a game that is going to decide the pool championship. Whoever wins this will go 3-0 in the first round, guarantee themselves the #1 spot. Take a look at what that may mean for the team that wins in this game. Maitland, Florida, Hawaii, they're going to go, somebody's going to go 3-0, which means the #1 team in Pool A plays the #2 team in Pool B. Now, Lafayette and Vista are going to play one another to decide that. Right now, nobody wants to take on this Vista, California team, so you want to win this one, and maybe you won't have to. Harold Reynolds, we are back and ready to go. And as we go along in this Little League World Series, obviously some players become of note. For Hawaii, we've seen a couple of names that have risen to the top.
Well, really have. Aglape. This kid is incredible. Vaughn Fayao, he has been a guy that's been able to dominate also. And these two kids have been just swinging the bats like crazy. Aglape right there with the big home run. And Vaughn Fayao has also put a charge in the ball. These two have been lighting it up around here. That's the offense for the Hawaii team. But their pitching has been interesting. They've been using different strategies. Not everybody going a complete game. But as you look at the numbers there, they are dominating, particularly their 19 strikeouts.
Do you know what a haole is?
No, what's a haole?
It's a term of affection that is used by those who live in the islands for those who maybe are not native born in Hawaii. And you know, there's a haole here. Sam Ryan.
All right, Gary. Ty Turpak, the only member of the Hawaiian team of Dutch and Czech descent. How did your family come to Hawaii?
Well, my dad came here because he wanted to start a window business with his family. I mean, his next door neighbor. So they were really good friends. So they moved out to Hawaii so that they could start a window business.
And you were from Patterson, New Jersey. So you have your own cheering section from New York and New Jersey. What Major League Baseball teams do you watch?
I like to watch the Mets and the Yankees.
Have you watched any Hawaiian players over the years?
Yeah, I saw Benny Agbayani, and Jerome Williams is on the Cubs now. I like the Cubs too, I guess.
So do you speak any Hawaiian?
Not really. Just like aloha and mahalo.
I understand Layson Aliviato can give us a little bit of a Hawaiian lesson. What words can you teach us, Layson?
Aloha means hello and goodbye. And mahalo means thank you, and imo means power.
So mahalo means thank you?
Yes.
Okay, mahalo, gentlemen. Back to you, Gary.
Mahalo to you, too. All right, let's take a look at this Florida team. Florida comes in. Maitland is 2-0. They are not exactly pounding the baseball, but they are getting people on and then getting key hits.
Well, that's the way they've been playing game baseball. Max Moroff is the key guy. He's the leadoff hitter. They're getting on base. You see the 500 batting average, but he's been on base quite a bit. Leads them to the heavy part of their lineup. These guys have been tagging the baseball. Dante Bichette Jr. is making a name for himself. He had a big 3-run home run in one of the ball games. The other one, another home run. And then Skip Kovar. Both, as you see, have power everywhere. Opposite field, they pulled home runs. They're doing it all. So those two are the key guys in the offense.
So this is a game that's been in the making. You get a couple of teams that have played really good baseball. Their first 2 games go 2-0. Now get a chance to take the #1 spot in their pool. That's what a victory will mean here today. You like to do some dancing? Let's do some dancing. Let's get the kids, the umpires, the mascot all involved. Here we go.
ESPN's coverage of the 2005 Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. Never stop earning your stripes. And in part by KFC, the official telecast sponsor of ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series. And Remax. Remax is the official real estate partner of Little League Baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. Another beautiful day. Lots of blue skies, few high clouds. Temperature's going to be about 80 degrees. These youngsters, all they know is it's a shot at #1 in their pool. Guess where they're from? Maitland, Florida. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the team they face today from Hawaii. This team has hit .333 with 6 home runs so far in the 2 games they have played. Let's meet the kids.
My name is Nathan Oliviato. My favorite player is David Ortiz.
Hi, my name is Myron Enos, and my favorite player is Bobby Abreu.
Hi, my name is Olakai Agape, and my favorite player is Manny Ramirez.
Hi, my name is Shane Baniaga, and my favorite player is Manny Ramirez.
My name is Michael Memel, and my favorite player is Barry Bonds.
Hi, my name is Von Field, and my favorite player is Barry Bonds.
Hi, my name is Quentin Golovin. My favorite player is Bobby Abreu.
Hi, my name is Ty Turpak, and my favorite player is Nolan Ryan.
Hi, my name is Harrison Cam, and my favorite player is Andrew Jones.
Hi, my name is Ethan Javier, and my favorite player is Ichiro Suzuki.
Hi, my name is Zachary Rossetti, and my favorite player is Manny Ramirez.
Hi, my name is Zachary Rannett, and my favorite player is Derek Jeter.
All right, let's meet the kids from Maitland, Florida. Starting in left field, Eddie Abramson, his favorite food, he says he eats Greek food twice a week. The center fielder, Lee Dunham, he wants to meet Bo Jackson. The right fielder, Chris Miller, says his favorite show is Lost. The third baseman, Skip Kovar, he loves to play poker, and he's got a pretty good poker face at that. The shortstop, Dante Bichette Jr., he says he loves sushi, and his favorite sushi is California rolls. The second baseman, Max Moroff, his favorite food is chicken filet and chicken fingers. The first baseman, Tanner Stanley, they call him Gumby. He wants to meet Hammer and Hank Aaron. The catcher, Kyle Hamner, he'll be throwing the ball all over the diamond. His favorite movie is Mr. 3000. And the pitcher today, Mike Tomlinson, he loves doing science experiments. So no telling what he might try to throw on us today out there on the mound.
He has not had a lot of games pitched of late. He only worked 1 inning in the regionals, and he has not worked in either of the first 2 games that they have played so far in this Little League World Series. Mother Nature has indeed cooperated, as we have had no interference weather-wise with the games, and today it's just a beautiful summer day. You see all those high clouds, blue skies, 81 degrees here at game time today, and the humidity actually has gone down from where we were yesterday, so we're ready to play some ball. Great to have you with us. This is for the championship in the pool for these 2 teams. Hawaii and Florida go at it, and for this game, Hawaii will be the visiting team. Oliviato, Layson Oliviato stands in. Tomlinson delivers to him. Outside for a ball, we're underway.
Well, they initially had him listed at 5'4". As you see now, we've got this graphic here, 4'6". 4'6". That's 54 inches, Gary.
That's substantially different than the way we started, isn't it? Which means very tough strike zone, and he has learned how to take pitches and get on base.
And he's got pretty good swing, too. Very impressed. He will let it fly.
Looking for his first hit in the Little League World Series. He's gone 0 for 7. Tomlinson had trouble finding the strike zone early. Falls behind here 3-0. Debbie on hand here. That's the mom of our leadoff batter in this game, and he's going to take this pitch, and he does, and that also is way outside. So a leadoff walk.
When he stands next to Tanner Stanley over there first base, I'm trying to figure out who's going to be bigger.
They may have to stand on their tiptoes. Tanner Stanley, the first baseman in blue.
Tanner's only 11 also. He's on the base.
He's got a couple of inches just because he's on the base, right? All right, runner at first base. Kini Inos to right field. Miller. He's got it. Runner halfway goes back. First strike thrown.
He's got it.
And an out. One away.
One out.
This has been both their leader as a hitter and as a pitcher. And both reaching, and since they've gotten here to the Little League World Series, Agape has gone 4 for 6, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs in the 2 games that they have won. Breaking ball bounces, runner goes down to second base.
That's a tough one to block right there. It hit the plate, it looked like.
Gotta go around me, figure out which way you're going, and I'll go the other
past
direction.
him there. We've seen some pretty good catchers here, and Kyle's one of the better catchers of blocking balls, and he loves to throw that ball around the diamond too.
RBI chance now. Agape with that runner at second base.
Ball.
Gier, the home plate umpire, talking to the catcher after that ball went by. The home plate umpire today is Bobby Marshall out of Missouri City, because they ran into each other. So after they got the ball, he told Hamner, he said, "Now tell me which way you're going to go, and I'm going to go the other way, okay?" Don't want to be colliding with you. Here's the 2-0 delivery. That one off the fist. Loroff up with it, makes the play. The runner will move to third base with 2 down.
Well, that's a big out, because Agape has been on fire swinging the bat. That ball just got right in on his hands. Good looking pitch. Got the out.
Chance for Tomlinson to get out of the inning after that leadoff walk. 2 down. Maniaga comes to the plate. Shane, nicknamed Bubbles, thinks he wants to be a lawyer when he grows up. Takes that one to left center field, way back. Maybe wants to be a number 3 hitter. Goodbye home run. Their 7th Little League World Series home run, and a 2-0 lead.
Hey, try to steal a cup, baby. He has been swinging the bat. He got a little hanging breaking ball right there and deposited it in the left field. Ball was crushed. No doubt about it. As I look at it again, there's no doubt about this one. See ya.
That is his first home run in this Little League World Series. And a quick 2-0 lead.
We may see some offense today.
They have now outscored the opponents 16-4 in Little League World Series games. That one all the way to the backstop. I don't think that was a signal pitch, do you?
No, not at this level.
No, I don't think so.
That just got away.
Maniaga with a home run is now 3 RBIs here in the Little League World Series. That's called turning on a pitch. And it's also called a broken windshield out in the parking lot. And look at him.
He's like, "You're gonna throw it in on me? All right, I'll pull it." Don't you know, I'm Gary Sheffield here.
Mamea just, I mean, he really hit that ball hard. Michael, an 8th grader, straightens that one out, and it's up by the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery to him. Oof, this is going to be tough. Big pop up behind second base. Bichette finds it and puts it away. That was a long way in the air. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Baniaga. Say it loud and say it proud.
He smoked it, no doubt about it. And he knew it, too. Hawaii's up 2-0. We got Florida coming to the plate.
Well, Maitland, Florida hopes they can get their good luck charm back home working here. Their Maitland McFlurry, the new dessert of Maitland, Florida. Apple pie and ice cream with a new name named after this team, this club. Hitting just .227 as a team, but outscoring the opposition 10-4. Let's meet the youngsters.
Hi, my name is Max Moroff, and my favorite player is Albert Pujols.
Hi, my name is Dante Bichette, and my favorite player is my little brother, Bo Bichette.
Hi, my name is Skip Kovar, and my favorite baseball player is Ken Griffey Jr.
Hi, my name is Michael Tomlinson. My favorite player is Manny Ramirez.
Hi, my name is Lee Dunham, and my favorite player is Jim Edmonds.
Hi, my name is Kyle Hamner. My favorite player is Johnny Bench. Hi, my name is Terrence Stanley, and my favorite player is Albert Pujols.
Hi, my name is Christopher Miller, and my favorite player is Andrew Jones.
Hi, my name is Eddie Abramson, and my favorite player is Sandy Koufax.
Hi, my name is David Sanderson, and my favorite baseball player is David Ortiz.
Hi, my name is Trent Ricciardi, and my favorite player is Jim Edmonds.
All right, let's meet the youngsters from Hawaii. In left field, Ty Turpak. You met him earlier talking with Sam Ryan. It's ESPN, Animal Planet, History Channel. Those are his favorite TV shows. The center fielder, Harrison Cam. When he grows up, he wants to be a broadcaster. They call him the Hammer. The right fielder, Quentin Guerrera. His favorite band is the Black Eyed Peas. Third baseman, Von Fayal. He says his favorite actor is Vin Diesel. The shortstop, Myron Enos, his baseball team, he says, is the Red Sox. Go get them again. Second baseman, Shane Baniaga. His nickname is Bubbles because he's got that bubbly behind. That's what they nicknamed him. They said it, not me. The first baseman, Lace Naviato. His favorite athlete is Ray Lewis, the linebacker. The catcher, Michael Mamea. His favorite TV show is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And our pitcher, Alakai Aglape. He celebrated his 13th birthday Wednesday here in Williamsport. And if you turn 13 after August 1st, you are eligible, and that is why he is here pitching today.
Interesting, Harold, how they've used him. Huh? I mean, this has been their key pitcher. In fact, he pitched a 2-hitter, struck out 11 in the Northwest Regional as they earned their first World Series berth, a 12-1 win over Boise, Idaho. But here in the Little League World Series, he has only pitched 2 innings. So they've kept him constantly available to pitch. It'll be interesting to see if they let him go deep in this game or not, or continue to want to keep him available. We'll see what the manager wants to do. But by doing that, if you pitch no more than if you don't go 4 innings or more, then you only need 1 day of rest. If you go more than the 4 innings, then you've got to have 2 days rest. So he starts the games, pitches an inning, and then comes out.
Yep. We'll see what happens today. They got both those games, they got early leads, and they were able to take him out. So we'll see if they think the same thing today.
They've got, of course, a 2-0 lead here in this ball game. Max Moroff has been an outstanding leadoff batter for this team. He's 2 for 4. He's gotten on base with walks and hits, and they set the stage for the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters for RBIs. Kathy on hand, Max's mom. Max has scored 4 runs in the first 2 games. That one knocked down. Agape makes the throw to first base. 1 away. And we'll check in downstairs with Sam Ryan. Sam.
Gary, the team from Maitland received a good luck message from Governor Jeb Bush. Boston, former Little Leaguer and Red Sox catcher Jason Varitek. Now, Mike Stanley told me Jason just became a new dad and was stuck with a 3 a.m. feeding the other night and saw the rebroadcast of the Maitland game and said, hey, that's Dante Jr., that's Tanner Stanley. So he called up Mike and he wanted to wish them luck.
Players watching at all levels. Mike Stanley, Dante Bichette, of course, former Major League players. He's down at first base, coaching. We'll hear from him. You see the microphone he's got on there. Tanner's going to be in the lineup playing at first base.
Well, this is prime time in the Major League locker rooms right now because about 3:25, and most guys are getting ready for batting practice, checking out these little guys playing.
Oh. Dante Bichette takes it away. Dante Bichette, 4 for 7, including 2 home runs.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean for you to hit your elbow on me.
And 4 RBIs.
1-1.
Come on, see it, kid.
There's Dad.
Let's go, D.
1 ball, 1 strike count.
Oh.
Agapai's pitch misses down low.
It's been interesting talking to both Mike and Dante this week because they both played in the playoffs and played obviously a long time in the major leagues, and they said this is more pressure than that. You know, everybody's expecting so much, and the kids are having a great time, but nerve-wracking for the parents.
2-1 delivery to him. Fouled off. Just noted, we talk about Jason Varitek. He's one of the many major leaguers who played in the Little League World Series. In 1984, Jason Varitek was here to play. So a little connection not only because of the friends who are here now and their kids, but the fact he also played. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Dante Bichette Jr. with nobody on and 1 away. Hard to short. That's going to be a base hit in the gap. He got all of that one. That'll be played by the center fielder Cam. Throw in, not in time. A stand-up double.
Took a couple good swings at bat. The ball he hit foul was a pretty good swing. And right here, he gets a fastball, just stays with it. It's a beautiful stroke. It's amazing how it's almost uncanny how his swing looks so much like his father's swing.
He's now had 2 home runs, a double and a single in the hits that he's picked up. He's on at second base with 1 away. Boy, he hits the ball hard.
Yes, he does.
Right on the money. Skip Kovar, the number 3 hitter. 2 for 6 with a home run and an RBI so far. Agapai's pitch. Swung on a miss for a strike. Playing for the number 1 spot in the pool for these 2 teams. This is the final game of the pool round for them. They both know they're going to move on. Whether it will be as a number 1 or 2 team in the pool is what's going to be decided here. Oh, 2 delivery. Boy, and he throws hard. Foul tipped into the mitt. Agapai gets a strikeout, 2 down.
Well, that 73-mile-an-hour fastball in Little League is equivalent to about 94 in the big leagues. Now, Little League is pitching for 46 feet. Major League Baseball obviously is 60 feet 6 inches. So that ball is getting on you awful quick.
What you got in your hand?
Home plate umpire getting Bobby Marshall asking Mike Stanley, what you got in your hand there? I don't know what it was. Looked like it was a wrap or something.
He was holding the armband from the hitter before.
Threw it away and got rid of it.
I'm laughing because every night you see Major League coaches hold on to arm pads, wristbands, batting gloves for base runners, and here it's like, get that out of your hand and put it in the dugout, young man. Mike's looking at him like, excuse me.
Here's Mike Tomlinson at the plate. Takes that for a strike, and it's 0-2.
0-2.
And he did get rid of it too, didn't he? 0-2 count. Mike Tomlinson, 1 for 5. Agapai's delivery, down and away. He got him. That'll do it. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Dante Bichette a double, but he is left stranded. No runs, a hit, an error. 1 left on. 2-0 lead after 1 for Hawaii.
Beautiful day at the Little League World Series. The team from Eva Beach, Hawaii, the 2-0 lead over the team from Maitland, Florida. And hey, the big kids having fun today. The dads of Skip Kovar, Max Moroff. There they go down the hill earlier. And they could not stay on the cardboard. Hi, everybody. Hey, I found them They're in two pieces here. So, Eric, tell me a little bit about what it was like going down the hill. I understand you got kicked off the hill the other day.
We got kicked off the other day, but I thought about what my daughter tells me before every sporting event. I just wanted to try my best and have fun, and I had fun, but I didn't do very well.
Get hurt a little bit?
Yeah, skin up my knee. I have to admit it.
Was it worth it, though?
Absolutely. We're here to have fun, just like the kids are, and it's just great to be here. We are having the best time of our lives.
All right, Dan, I understand you're a chiropractor. Do you recommend that for everyone's back?
Well, I'm going to have one when I get home. That's for sure. But we attempted the small hill, but the big hill it just didn't suit us biomechanically due to the weight distribution. And
there are biomechanics involved in this now.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been studying this all week, and we went down the velocity, and the mass was a little bit more than we could handle.
For the layman, that means they wiped out, guys.
Good try. Too much weight in the wrong places going down the hill. Huh?
That's funny.
The youngsters, they don't care. They just keep right on going. You can bet there's going to be a videotape that available for the kids. Max and Skip, the youngsters of those two dads, will be going home to take a look at that. Bonfeo up.
Pitcher.
Feo's had a 3 for 5 so far in Little League World Series play. A 13-year-old out of Hawaii for this team that is right now leading all of the teams involved here, all of the 16 offensively. Inside corner strike.
We've got all kinds of different styles here, and you see the curly locks he's got in the back, the blonde curly locks. No doubt he's enjoying surfing at home and different things like that. But this young man's got some power, too. We've seen some pretty mature 12 and 13-year-olds here at the Little League World Series.
He has 2 home runs and 3 RBIs in the first 2 games they've played.
And he has got some kind of arm. Watching him pitch the other day and throwing the ball from across the diamond from third base, he's got a strong arm.
Sean's dad on hand watching. A 2-ball 1-strike count on Feo. We were talking earlier about the pitching for this team from Hawaii. While Agape, who starts today's, worked only 2 innings, it's been the other kids who've come out, Feo, Enos, and Guevara. They've combined for an ERA of 1 over the first 2 games. They've given up just 2 earned runs, 9 hits, and 12 innings, the 4 of them working together. 2-2 delivery. Good pitch right off the fist.
Great pitch. And he knew it, too. Now, we've been talking a lot about pitch speeds. Here's a graphic as you watch these games that will let you know all the way up to 80 miles an hour. But that's on the left is Little League, and on the right will be the equivalent of what that would be from Major League distance. And there you go. So when you're hitting 73, 74 miles an hour, that's a pretty good fastball.
You don't have much time to make a decision up there at the plate. Quentin Guevara, right fielder, 2 for 5 in the first 2 games. Tomlinson has got a strikeout and a walk now. Gets ahead on the count with a strike on Guevara. This Hawaii team is the first team from Ewa Beach and the 9th team from Hawaii to make it to the Little League World Series. They went 6-0 in regional play and are 2-0 here. That one lofted towards no man's land. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Shortstop Bichette will get it back in, and a 1-out single for Guevara. High coverage is going to continue on this 59th Little League World Series here in Williamsport. Coming up at 6 o'clock, ESPN2. Saudi Arabia will take on Curacao at 6 Eastern, and then tonight at 8, Davenport, Iowa, and Newtown, Pennsylvania will wrap up the day's action. ESPN2, that's where it'll be. Ty Turpak hitting the signs with a runner on at first and 1 out. Turpak a 1 for 3 and a timeout taken by the plate umpire for a mound meeting.
Isn't this beautiful out here, baby? Okay, just enjoy this ride, okay? All right, we're going back to our original signs, okay? You don't talk, but just, yeah, that's it. Let's go.
Kid was going to give him away, wasn't he?
Don't talk now.
Don't tell him.
Sid Cash has been around Little League in Maitland for 30 years. Actually, I got a call from John Hart, general manager of the Texas Rangers. He grew up with Sid, and he said he's been a baseball man for a lot of years, and you could hear right there, don't talk now. I'm just going to give you the signs. Don't let people know. They tape these games, believe it or not. The other teams are scouting you. That's why he's saying, don't talk. Don't tell anybody what we're doing. Don't tip them off at all.
Had the bunt on there, foul back. He calls the pitches. 1 strike count with 1 down, and Guevara on at first base. He gives him to the catcher, and then Hamner relays him to the mound. Here's the 0-1 delivery.
Ball.
Did not show bunt there, and a 1-ball, 1 strike count. Seen a lot of scorecards being kept a lot of time by the parents. Great to see the kids doing one too. That looks like it might be an official book for one of the teams right there. 1-ball, 1 strike count. Gerpak bunting again. Rolls back into foul territory. Hamner made sure he stayed in foul territory, and it'll be a 1-ball, 2 strike count. Smart play by the catcher. Hamner, if he'd gone out, could have pushed that, could have caught that ball fair, but probably would not have been able to get the out of first base. So he stayed back and let the ball come back to him and made sure it was a foul ball.
Had that backspin and good read. Keep your eye on him too. He'll throw the ball around the diamond. Hamner, the catcher.
Foul tipped into the mitt. 2 strikeouts for Tomlinson. Both here in the second inning.
Well, Tomlinson's showing you it's not how hard you throw, it's just a matter of locating. Hit the big strikeout off Fayal with the fastball up and in. Right here, it throws his little lollipop off-speed pitch. Gets Gerpak out in front for the strikeout.
2 down, a runner still on at first. Hawaii leading it by a score of 2-0, and the pitch is inside. Harrison Cam getting a start in center field today. Cam has had only 3 at-bats through the first 2 games, looking for his first hit, and 0 for 3. Guevara on at first base. 1-0 in the outside corner. 1-ball, 1 strike count. Hammer time. Here's the 1-1.
Ball.
Breaking ball, he leans away from inside.
Good on.
Club's beginning to realize this team from Hawaii, for all the talk about the California team, and rightly so, but this team from Hawaii is a very potent offense. Taken down low. Not sure a lot of people realize that coming in. They didn't hear a lot about this team. Even in regional play, they outscored the opposition 87-19, and now they've outscored opponents 16-4 so far in the 2+ games here in the Little League World Series. Got him swinging. 3-2.
Flipping through the channels when the regionals were going on, I got a chance to catch this Hawaii team playing out there, and it was very impressive. I don't know what's going on out there.
3-2.
Just trying to get on TV. 3-ball, 2 strike count. Again, our congratulations to this ground crew here. They've done a tremendous job. One with the rain at the start on day 1, and then this field being used hour after hour after hour, and they keep it looking fresh for every game. They've really done a tremendous job, and it's a lot of work. 3-2 delivery again, and that time no foul ball. 3 strikeouts for Tomlinson. No runs, a hit, a base runner left on. Hawaii with a couple of runs picked up in the first inning on the Baniaga home run. That is the 2-0 lead they have right there. One of the things the youngsters do, it's the thing they do more than play ball. It's eating. Want to see how they do that? This is in their cafeteria.
Good food, huh? You can't have it.
Chocolate milk. Tasty.
Two undefeated teams here will decide who finishes number 1 and who finishes number 2 in this pool. These two teams will make that decision playing against one another. We're at Lamade Stadium. That's Volunteer Stadium on the other side, where a couple of games have been played today in the international pool, as Russia came away with a loss in their game by a score of 7-0. Mexico beat them, and Japan beat Venezuela 7-4. So you see Guam is 2-0, but British Columbia and Mexico, both 1-1, still have a shot at it. In Pool D, 3-0, Japan has guaranteed themselves the number 1 spot there, but Curacao and Saudi Arabia, maybe even Venezuela, will be battling for that number 2 spot. Only 2 teams, the top 2 teams in each pool, advance. So the international pool is much tighter than the U.S. pool play, because we know the 4 teams that are going to go from the U.S. division. Just don't know what the order is going to be. From Pool A, it'll be Florida, Hawaii. From Pool B, it's going to be Louisiana, California. Now, what happens is whoever finishes 1 in A plays 2 in B, and then the number 1 team in B plays number 2 in A. And Louisiana and California, by the way, will be playing against one another tomorrow to decide the outcome of that pool.
Right.
Lee Dunham, 1 for 4. First 2 games.
And one of the reasons everybody's trying to avoid California is because Kalen Penn.
0-1 count on Dunham, who takes the pitch.
You're brutal. You're brutal. Because Kalen is coming back pitching. You had 18 strikeouts the other day, and nobody wants to face him again.
Pimentel. Is that what you wanted to say? Don't cry. Be strong.
You knew the name and you left me hanging. I mean, that was so cold.
You didn't buy the wine last night. What'd you expect? Lee Dunham, here's the 2-1 delivery. 3 ball, 1 strike. Oh my!
You're having too much fun.
I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness!
You're too good to be true. 3-1. Easy ground ball play. Ooh, almost not. Moroff made the nice play, got it over there, and 1 down.
Pentel, Kalen Pentel, and you just left me hanging, man, big time.
Oh Lord! I was going to try and figure out how many kids there are here, 16 teams, and how many names we have gone through already. We're only halfway through.
It's not normal names either. I mean, what happened to Smith and Jones? You know?
Well, in Guam and Japan, there are not a lot of Smith and Joneses. Kyle Hamner, 1-0. Ooh. Now back off the mask. It's a lot of names, and the kids. You want to, for the kids' sake, obviously, of the parents, you want to make sure you get the names right, and it's not easy. And then we had one of the kids.
I mean, and look at these names.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you supposed to say this?
And Myron doesn't want to be Myron. See, you know something?
Cam, I got that one.
Myron Enos wants to be known as Keeney Enos, because that's his nickname. So he asked us today, very nicely, he said, would you use my nickname, which I go by, K-I-N-I.
Talking about this young man right here.
I don't want to be Myron. I thought only major leaguers gave us those kind of problems.
He called the Grove. He's under an alias. Couldn't even find him.
3 ball, 1 strike count on Hamner. Has had an 0 for 5 in the 2 games, looking for his first Little League World Series hit.
It's pretty funny today. I was signing autographs for Singler up in the Grove here, and I got Aaron Durley, the big kid from Saudi Arabia. I'm getting all these cards handed to me with his autograph on it.
There's a walk with 1 down. He's a lot bigger than you are, so you better be nice to him.
Doggone right.
That is the first walk. Agape has surrendered.
He hadn't been with us. Aaron Durley is a kid from Saudi Arabia. He's 6'5", 230.
Trent.
12 years old.
6, special.
Tallest youngster ever in the history of the Little League World Series. And a great kid. There he is.
Here's who we're talking about.
There was a little kid from Japan, Masawa. You cannot see him. He was hidden completely. All shapes and sizes.
There's Tanner Stanley, Mike Stanley's son.
He's only 4'10".
He's only 11 years old. He's out here competing too. A lot of these kids 12 and turning 13 August 1st. After August 1st, you can turn 13, and he has held his own. He's incredible. He plays shortstop during the regular season. He's playing some first base here, and been fun to watch.
He's had a very good glove at first base. He's had an 0 for 5 at the plate as well. And a 2-strike count on him. 1 on, 1 down, second inning. Hawaii leading it by a score of 2-0. 0-2 delivery to him. Breaking ball.
Tough. Pitched him tough.
Tried not to use that term, and I really didn't want to use it there. We're not promoting breaking balls. Little League's not promoting it. Some of the kids throw them. Some are legitimate curves. Some are more slider, curve, swerve, slurve kind of pitches. And we haven't mentioned a lot about throwing breaking balls because we don't want to make it seem as though it's something Little Leaguers ought to do, because there's very little doubt at this point medically they shouldn't be. Chris Miller.
And that's something that Little League has addressed. CEO, President Steve Keener, has had a meeting with us about it. The fact that they are seriously looking into it, already doing studies and surveys of possibly eliminating any off-speed pitch at all. You might, fastball changeup would be all they would allow. And I think it's a good decision.
While it's not definite yet, I think it's coming. And that one was certainly coming, and Chris Miller's retired. 4 strikeouts for Agape. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a base runner left on. Double and a walk, the only 2 runners so far for Florida. Sure, we welcome you back. Howard J. Lamade Stadium. The original Little League World Series, which celebrated a birthday yesterday, the first game being played on yesterday's date, was actually over in Williamsport. This is South Williamsport across the bridge. They played over there for a few years, and then Howard J. Lamade Stadium was built, and the Little League World Series moved here, and then Volunteer Stadium, the other ballpark up here, was built. It goes back to 1947.
Well, here's the difference. Major League Baseball, 60 feet 6 inches, 90 feet on the base paths. Little League, saying earlier, 46 feet. Pitcher's mound at the home plate, 60 feet on the base paths. 205 all the way around here for a home run. And Major League ballparks are a little bit bigger, with each having their own little personal signature. Dimensions are not always the same, but here in Little League, it is. That's Howard J. Lamade, who the field is named after. Donated a lot of money here to get this stadium going, and that's his
must.
Yes, must be.
Yes, he was the vice president of the Grit Publishing Company. If you remember, that used to be a weekly newspaper that kids used to deliver, Grit newspaper, and he was the vice president of that, who lived here and who started the Little League World Series. That first Little League World Series back in 1947, there was only one team that did not come from Pennsylvania. All the other teams were from here. And opened it up, and then obviously since 1947 it has grown to an international event.
What was that game like? You were there, right?
Yeah, the dimensions on the ballpark was only 185 feet then. Most of the kids hit right-handed and slashed the ball like Tony Gwynn does. Weren't trying to hit for power. I remember it well, yes. Then Casey, an added attraction here, the statue that's out beyond the field was put in last year.
Garth Brooks Foundation, actually called Teammates for Kids, donated that statue to Casey with the Challenger division. That's the division that works with a lot of handicapped kids, and that has really grown nationally. And so Little League has really expanded. They do a great job of reaching kids across. They got 200,000 teams involved in Little League Baseball. It's close to about 2.8 million kids.
Absolutely amazing, the breadth of the league as well as the numbers. Pitch taken inside. We go back to the top of the order. Aliviato is at the plate. He drew a walk. He scored the 2-run homer by Baniaga in the first inning. He was on base when that home run was hit. We are in the third inning, battling for the #1 spot in this pool. These two teams who have not lost, both 2-0.
I was hoping he was going to get a pitch to hit. I love watching this young man swing. He just lets it fly.
One on.
1 ball, 1 strike count.
He's got it all working there. The armband, the elbow pad.
The equipment's heavier than he is.
Oh. Probably right.
It's pretty close.
The bat, you throw the bat
at the helmet, the shoes, the pad.
That's not a bad idea. We may weigh that.
Put it on the scale.
Yeah.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Tomlinson's delivery to him is taken inside. He's a David Ortiz and Red Sox fan.
3-1.
His role model is Dad, who taught him how to play the game. And continues to teach him how to play the game because he's the manager. 3-1 delivery. And he's got a base hit. There you go.
That was a heck of a swing. That's why he's a Red Sox fan. You know, if you watch the Red Sox, they like to hug and celebrate. That's a beautiful swing. Watch him. He says, yeah, get on through there.
He's been dying for that one. That's his first hit, 1 for 8. And there's Dad. Can celebrate with him down there at third base, the manager. So leadoff single there in the third inning. Hawaii has its third hit. Kenny Enos playing in right field.
Ball.
Tomlinson inside.
Maitland's in trouble right now because you get to the heart of this lineup. These kids can swing the bat. When you say the heart of the lineup in Little League, really it starts with the 2-hitter because they try to get as many at-bats possible, and you start with your 2-hitter as really one of your power guys, and you go from there.
Enos takes that the other way. It is curving. Boy, they were playing him to pull the ball, so Miller, the right fielder, was towards center. Went the other way. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Miller had a long run as he hits back the other way.
Never mind. Hold on.
Enos in regional play went 10 for 21. He was one of their real hot bats. He got fooled in the speed of that pitch. 1-2.
1-2.
Team from Hawaii trying to bring back home Little League World Series championship. The 9th team from Hawaii to be here to give it a whirl. 1-2 pitch again the other way. Keeps it at 1-2. And there you see that lineup card. Kenny Enos, Agape, Baniaga. We were talking about the middle of that order.
Baniaga's an unsung hero, not getting a whole lot of publicity, but he's been hitting the ball.
Red ball.
That hit off his elbow pad.
Yep. Bounced off the pad, hit by a pitch. 2 on and nobody out. Our Bank of America Higher Standards takes a look at the middle of this order for Hawaii. Agape, Feo, Maya. Pretty productive. 5 home runs, 9 of the 16 hits, and 10 of the 13 RBIs.
Even if it hadn't hit him.
Oh my Lord! You're saying that ball was not in the strike zone?
No, sir. It's 4 inches inside.
Bobby Marshall out of Missouri City, home plate umpire.
Sid Cash is complaining that this is going to be a strike, and if it's a strike, he's saying that this should not be. He shouldn't have been given his base, and he might have a pretty good argument. Here's a good look at it right here, and you can see the hitter lean into it. Might have a pretty good argument right there. The umpire says about 4 inches inside, so the strike zone varies so much here in Little League because we'd be here all day if you tried to call it tight, professional type of strike zone. But This ball may end up in the strike zone. I think that might have been.
He was trying to get hit.
Yeah.
He was trying to get hit. I really dislike that. I dislike teaching players to do that. That's not the way the game's supposed to be played. It's not the kids' fault. That's the kind of thing you just shouldn't do. That one in the air. Look at the positioning. And dropped, though, by Miller. They've got a force out at third base, and they get it.
Wow. What a gun by Bichette.
Liviato had to wait. He thought the ball was going to get caught. He was at second base, so they had him by the old country mile on that one. Miller, Bichette, to Kovar.
And actually pretty good base running by Liviato. Now, it looks like it is a catch, but it's not. So he had to wait and go back. The runner going from first to second really forced him to have to go anyway. And you got players going everywhere. This youngster's going to take off there. He is going to head back and go to second base. Here's what's going to happen. He freezes. Now you got two at second base.
Tough play. That's just tough play.
Got it done.
Here's Bandiaga with 2 on and 1 away.
What was impressive is that Bichette knew exactly where to go with the ball. Threw it to third, got the force. You know that's going to be there regardless instead of trying to get the runner going from first to second.
That avoids the error. It ends up being a fielder's choice. Enos now on at second base. Ligate on at first. 1 down, and they get that lead runner in the first out.
And here comes Bubbles, man. He has been swinging the bat.
2 RBI homer in the first inning. Second hit, 2 for 6 in this Little League World Series.
Ball.
But in regional play, this young man went 13 for 18 in their 6 regional games. It's just unheard of. This whole lineup had a great regional tournament offensively, going 6-0. 2 ball, 1 strike delivery. Bandiaga chasing one outside. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
I'll go back to your point real quick, Gary, about the youngster leaning into the pitch. You know, at this level, again, we talked about it the other night with the runner at second base tipping signs to the hitter. You want the youngsters to learn how to read a pitch and make the adjustments themselves. You don't want to give them help at the plate. Let them learn how to hit.
Pops it up, third base. Foul territory. Kovar there to put it away. I'm not sure youngsters in Little League should be allowed to wear that kind of protective gear.
Well, when you abuse it like that, that's what brings into question.
This is a battle for the #1 spot in Pool A. Both of these teams are 2-0. It is the last game of pool play for Hawaii and Florida. Along with Harold Reynolds, Sam Ryan, I'm Gary Thorne. Great to have you with us here. 2005 Little League World Series. These teams both are going to advance to the next segment, the single elimination round. It's just a question of whether they will go as #1 or #2 out of the pool. Hammered foul by Mayo.
Here's Mr. Sheffield again.
Mayo loves to foul a ball over there, doesn't he? He put one out over the stands down that third base side, way foul. The right fielder, recognizing he might pull, is playing almost in center field.
He's way over.
Maya popped out his first time up. That one bounces. Good stop made. Hamner with a nice play.
Very nice.
Did he go?
He did not go around. They wanted a little help down there at first base. Bill Carter out of California. About 3 steps and they'll be at the wall. All the outfielders.
Hold on.
Maya has a home run and 3 RBIs in the first 2 games.
Ball. Come on.
Could be a big inning in this game. First 2 batters on. Looked like Hawaii was going to have a big inning. Tomlinson with a defensive help getting one out at third. Now has 2 down.
Ball.
Looked like he read it pretty good too. That would have been over the plate. He had a pretty good swing at it. Now if Tomlinson can get through this hard of the order, this has been a pretty miraculous inning, considering the leadoff guy got on with a base hit.
In the middle of the order that we showed you. 3-1 delivery. Maya takes it. 3-2. Tomlinson trying to work his way out of it, not having pitched since 1 inning worked in regional play. And blue, the color of the fans who are cheering for Maitland, Florida today. 3-2, runners at first and second. Left field. Abramson backing. Goodbye home run. Just out of his reach. A little breeze blowing to left field may have helped it. It is a 3-run homer.
Just quite couldn't get back there to make that catch and rob him of a homer. You're right. A little bit of a breeze, but man, this ball was hit awfully high. He just misses this. This is how strong he is, because he didn't get this ball at all. Back to the wall, did everything he could possibly do to get there, just ran out of room.
So Mamea delivers the home run and gets 3 RBIs, his second home run of the Little League World Series, and Abramson couldn't believe that ball just kept drifting on him. Until he had it lined up going back, but it just wouldn't stop moving on him. He'd take a step, the ball would be back. He took a step, then he couldn't take any more steps.
What's that?
Nope. And you saw him put his hands out like, how could that have cleared the fence? And a 5-0 lead for Hawaii. That one is ripped. Fair ball off the 205 on one hop. Fayao, second base, relay Bichette. Not in time. Nice play, nice slide.
Wow. That was a tremendously executed play by both the hitter and the defense. Watch Abramson get to the ball, and here's the relay. He's going to catch the tail end of it. The swipe tag and everything. He's safe. Good call by the umpire, but very impressive how the left fielder fielded it, got it to the shortstop. The shortstop with the relay throw. That was a tremendous play all the way around.
And Fayao with a perfect slide to get in there. Beautiful pop-up slide. Guevara. 5 hits on the board now for Hawaii.
You don't see this kind of execution. Here it is. A line drive off the wall. Look at the left fielder. He hits it. Now he's going to hit the cutoff man perfectly, and Bichette, without hesitation, throws a strike to second. And the base runner immediately hits the ball and was sprinting, thinking 2 out the batter's box. Great play.
Outstanding. Fayao with a double. That's going to be a fair ball down the line. Abramson coming up again. Fayao coming to the plate. Here's the throw. They got a shot. Not in time. Runner goes to second. And an RBI for Guevara. And a 6-0 lead for Hawaii.
That is just tremendous fundamentals all the way around again. I mean, this is some good baseball you're seeing. The left fielder fielded it off his left foot, took the proper fundamental, gave it a great throw to the plate. And that was just speed that beat it. Fayao turned it on. Here's a good look. You're not going to see 2 back-to-back plays in Little League Baseball like this. Throws a strike. It just kicked up at the end. That's why he was able to get in safe.
A big inning here in the third. Just when it looked like it might be over, 4 runs have now crossed the plate. Well, Abramson, a couple of good plays and left.
Yeah, even the effort on the home run, he's done everything he could do. Talk about a game of inches.
Wow. 6 runs, 6 hits now for Hawaii. Ty Turpak up, a strikeout victim his first time. He's got a runner at second base. With 2 down. Zach Rossetti is coming on. Rossetti's getting his first shot at the plate. He's a pinch hitter. So Rossetti gets an RBI chance with Guevara out there, fouls it back.
Hello.
2 home runs have now been hit in this game by Hawaii. That's 8 in the Little League World Series. Amaya, who got that last one, that is a Little League World Series leaderboard spot. 8 home runs and 13 extra base hits. And they have had 5 different players hit home runs. It's a team to be reckoned with.
They swing the bats, and they're aggressive on the bases as we've seen this inning. Great team speed. They don't have to hit the ball at the ballpark to score runs, and that's what makes it even more of a dangerous club to face.
Setti with a 1-2 count and 2 down. Zachary fouls it off. That one hurt a little bit.
That's smart.
Hamner will take a little walk.
Right off the top of that shin guard, right off the knee part.
Out.
Good look at it right here, right off the left knee. That hurt.
1-2 delivery again. And he got him on the strike.
There we go.
No, the play down there doesn't matter because that's the 3rd out. So a big inning. Tomlinson had a chance to get out of it, but it was not to be, as it ends up being a 4-run 3rd inning, highlighted by this.
Big home run. You called it great, Gary. The wind was blowing, and tremendous effort by the left fielder, but it just wasn't enough. 3-run homer that broke it open, and the parents were excited. The long trip from Hawaii, and it doesn't hurt to see something like that. Kids from Maitland are in a little bit of a hole, down 6-0 as they come up to plate at the bottom of the 3rd.
Some of the highlights that have taken place. Kalen Pimentel has certainly put himself in the record book as he tied the mark for strikeouts in a 6-inning game. You can't get any more, as he came away with 18. Every out recorded in a 7-2 win was a strikeout, tying the mark set back in '79. And then yesterday, what does he do?
It's a grand slam offensively. He was asked by Sam Ryan, how can you top it? He said, I don't think I can top it. Then he hits a grand slam to break the game open yesterday. He's had a pretty good couple games here at the Little League World Series.
Got a nickname as Captain K here in Williamsport in the newspaper after he pitched that game. So Pimentel with a tremendous performance in the first 2 games. The grand slam came against Maine in their win. The comeback kids from Louisiana have done it twice to guarantee themselves a spot in the next round. Japan, Guam. Japan has advanced with a 3-0 mark, and Guam 2-0. There's a look at some of the headlines from our 2005 Little League World Series. Eddie Abramson will be leading it off. Maitland, Florida. Only 1 hit so far. We wondered how Agape would be used, having worked only 1 inning in each of the first 2 games. Well, we're going into the 3rd inning here, and he is still on the mound for Hawaii. 0 for 2 at the plate for Abramson so far. Good play made at short. Enos did it. 1 down. Very special moment here on Saturday night we've not had a chance to recognize. And I want to credit the gentleman who came back 50 years ago, a team from Charleston, South Carolina, an all-black team, got here because nobody would play against them in a program that the all-white teams refused to play the black teams. So the team ended up coming to the Little League World Series and then weren't allowed to play because they'd never won a game. And those gentlemen never got a chance to be involved in it 50 years ago, and they came back and were recognized Saturday. That's going to fall in. Moroff's got a base hit. So 1 down single. They threw out the first pitch of Saturday's game. A children's book has been written about what they went through. The author of that book was here on Saturday, Margot Theus. It's called Let Them Play. And I congratulate Little League for kind of undoing something that needed to be taken care of, some unfinished business.
It's great.
Yep,
definitely.
They were all here and had a great time on Saturday. Dante Bichette Jr. coming up.
Sorry, I'm just giving the out count, okay? You ready? No.
With 1 down. We thought he had a count on him before he ever saw a pitch.
Yeah, he's like, hold on now.
One plate umpire said, no, it's just the outs. And another base hit into left field. He doubled his first time up, and he singles here. So Maitland, Florida gets the first 2 on in the 3rd inning.
Kid's got the genes. Look at Mom. Mariana Bichette, she's been like the general manager. This has been a family affair. Well, she's following all the kids, and she started off having pizza parties at the house, and the kids come over, have batting practice. Dante's turned his whole driveway into a batting cage, and that's how these kids bonded. It's been a nice little family affair.
That's terrible.
They are the first team from Maitland to be involved in the Little League World Series. There's a foul ball, runners will stay. They are the 21st Florida team to make it to Williamsport. No Florida team has ever won the championship. Oh-2 delivery on the way. Ground ball. That one off Agape. No play is going to be made. A base hit. Tovar hit that hard.
That's the one you worry about in Little League. That ball hit back at the pitcher. You know, they're so close and they're starting to throw the ball so hard. You see, he read it with reaction. He just wasn't able to field it. But it's got to hurt. I'm wondering if that hit him in the wrist or not. We're going to have a little conversation with the manager at the mound.
Tovar on at first.
I mean, this is where you go, right here. We get right back in the game right here.
Base it home, man. Base it home. Mike, touch your base. Go on. Watch your time. Hey, stay focused. You're doing good. Let's go. Keep it away. Hey, in the middle. Turn the two. Turn the two in the middle. Vaughn. On the corners. Go home, man.
Leighton Oliviato is the manager.
So
Turn
cool.
2 in the middle.
He's so cool.
Yeah, isn't he?
Turn 2 in the middle.
Turn 2 in the middle.
Hey, Vaughn, you on the corner? Going home. Going home, baby. Going home.
Bases loaded, 3 singles. And the cleanup batter, the pitcher, Mike Tomlinson, is up. Strikeout victim, his first time up. Tomlinson towards second base off the pitcher's glove. Enos the relay. They turn 2. They wanted 2, and that's what he got.
That's it. Good job, baby. Gotta get out of the inning.
Wow. You don't see it very often. That's why there's such a celebration when they do turn 2. The defense has been spectacular here at the Little League World Series. In the game earlier today, we had a 5-4-3 double play. Here, we got a 4-6-3. Watch the second baseman. Flips it to short, and they turned it easy. Beautifully done. We'll be back.
Here on ESPN, our coverage of this Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. A 6-0 lead for Hawaii. Let's go downstairs to Sam Ryan.
Gary, Major League Baseball has seen several Hawaiian-born players. I heard Ty Turpak earlier in the game mention Benny Agbayani. Well, the manager of this Eva Beach team, Leighton Oliviato, actually coached Jerome Williams, the pitcher from the Chicago Cubs. Earlier this year, what he did, he found a picture with Williams when he was just 10 years old. He took it out, he showed it to this team. He said, look, you don't have to throw the hardest or be the biggest guy to be successful. And it stuck with these guys.
A lot of the kids talked about Jerome Williams. Jerome, we apologize for the picture, man, but you got to take a better shot, Jerome.
Oh, Jerome.
That's right.
That's Harold Reynolds, R-E-Y-N-O-L-D-S.
He'll call me. He'll get a hold of me.
He should call you. He get a hold of you, all right.
No, it's always great when guys can go back to their communities, and you know the kids love baseball, and when you have a major leaguer come out of your town, that's really cool.
We talked about major leaguers who've been here before in the Little League World Series. There are a number of them. Gary Sheffield, Jason Veritek we mentioned, Ed Vosberg, Rick Wise, Jason Bay, John Burroughs, Billy Connors. I mean, a lot of players went on with major league careers who have come through the Little League World Series, and a lot more who played Little League Baseball. Fouled off, ran it up. Zachary Rennick gets his first at bat as he leads it off here in the 4th inning.
I'm just saying what the guys are saying in the clubhouse. That's all.
I'm not arguing with you. Don't try and make up to me. We got to deal with him. 0-1 delivery. Between innings, Hawaii coaches were talking about let's get out of here. Keep in mind the 10-run rule. 4th inning.
1-1.
Or after. If there's a 10-run differential, the game ends. 1-1 pitch. Outside of first, Stanley's there. And it retired, one away. Four more innings. One team has a lead of 10 or more. Game over. And if that happens, you don't have to worry about having gotten everybody into the game. It is a 6-0 lead here in the fourth inning for Hawaii over Florida. One down, nobody on.
That's where it all started.
Leviato, the leadoff batter, singled in the third inning. Dunham, center fielder, 2 down. First time they've gotten him, he has singled and walked and scored a run.
Let's go, Kenny. Start him on 2. Start him on 2. Let's go. Stay on top.
See, I know that look. That's when the little guy gets it. That's all he had. Because that was me. You know, that's all you had right there. You're thinking, man, that ball was out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit.
How big were you in Little League? Do you remember? Have any idea?
No idea. I was pretty small, though.
Quininos. 2 down and nobody on. Tomlinson pulls the string on him there and an off-speed pitch, 0-1.
It's a game of inches, man. Just the ball, the 3-run home run that scraped the wall. The double, they almost threw the kid out at second. A tough go for the youngsters from Florida.
The inches have not been on their side so far in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Hawaii opened up with a 7-1 win against Newtown, Pennsylvania. And then the 7-3 win against Davenport, Iowa. Enos takes it to 1-2. Tomlinson trying to set this team from Hawaii down in order. Has not done that in the first 3 innings of the ball game.
1-2.
He has walked 1, struck out 3, given up the 6 runs on 6 hits. 1-2 delivery.
Hello.
Let's go, baby.
Mahalo Milton. Mahalo.
Thank you, Milton. Holla.
1-2 delivery to him. Last one down to third. Scooped. Kovar's throw. Stanley's got it. And there is a 1-2-3 inning for Tomlinson. So Maitland, Florida does what they need to do. They hold them down. Now they'll try and get those bats going in the bottom of the fourth. Take a look at the first inning of this ball game for Hawaii. They get it going. Paniaga with a runner on. The home run, his first of this Little League World Series, and an early 2-0 lead in the ball game. And then in the third inning, this long ball club went long ball again. This one just made it. That was Michael Minea, who put that one out of reach for 3 RBIs. And now it is a 6-0 lead for Hawaii. Our KFC game summary.
Been the long ball, really. That's been the big difference in the game. Aglapai has shut down the Florida offense, but the big home runs broke the game open. And the double play didn't hurt. It's been all Florida dominating this ball game. I should say Hawaii dominating this game.
Mentioned Hawaii's had 8 home runs. They've got a shot now at the record, which is 15 home runs by any one team in a Little League World Series. They have 8. The record is 15. At the rate they're going, they might get there.
I have that today.
Lee Dunham coming up. Bottom half of the fourth inning. Maitland, Florida. Best scoring chance last inning. They had the bases loaded with 1 down. And the double play ball ended the inning. Lee Dunham has grounded out. He's had 1 hit in 5 at-bats.
Ball.
Maitland, Florida was 4-1 in regional play, but they did hit over 300 as a team. Taken down low.
Good one.
2 ball, 1 strike count. They have not had the bats going here. We mentioned only 227 as a team coming into this game. They really do rely on a couple of batters. More off the leadoff man to get on base, and then Bichette, Kovar in particular, to get the RBIs in the long ball. Outside, there's a leadoff walk, and let's check in again with Sam Ryan. Sam.
Well, Gary, someone who could take Harold's job. He does a better job of pronunciations than Harold. Eric Winalda, he is an analyst for soccer for ABC and ESPN. So what brings you to Little League?
Well, I've always wanted to check this out. You know, I mean, I played baseball as a kid. I made a choice to play soccer, but, you know, you watch us on TV. I've watched it every year, and I was close. We had a soccer game out in Columbus. Figured, you know, I got a couple days off. Come check it out. I've always wanted to see what this is all about. It's awesome. It's really cool.
What kind of Little League memories does this bring back?
I'll tell you, I have some good ones and some bad ones. And I think I stopped playing baseball because I hit a home run and the guy in center field ripped it off the wall, and I don't think I stopped crying after that. That was pretty much the day I transferred over to soccer. But no, I loved playing. I got a lot out of baseball, and it's good to be out here watching these kids because they're pretty cool.
He was telling me he played with Matt Franco. His uncle is Kurt Russell. So Kurt Goldie on all your games?
Oh yeah, they came to a few games. Kurt was there. You know, I was the third baseman, but I didn't get to play third base because Matt locked that up. I ended up being a center fielder, and basically made every catch a diving catch, and drove my coaches crazy, and they finally said, "Get out of here." But yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun playing with Matt. He ended up playing in the big leagues. Played for the Mets and the Atlanta Braves, so we're pretty proud of him in our town.
You played in 3 World Cups. How do you compare this to the World Cup?
You know, that's interesting you say that, because I love the cultural exchange that you see in a Little League World Series. Just, you know, there's so many different things going on, and the kids get to be exposed to so many different cultures and different people, and they get so much out of it. And just being around them, you see that the parents and everybody that's here, if you've never been here, I would encourage you to come out here and just check it out. If you only see it on TV, it's quite an experience. You should come.
Thank you, Eric. Gentlemen?
Great double play turn. That's the second one in 2 innings. 6-4-3 in that last one, and Danny Ogg at second base with a tremendous relay over.
That was an outstanding turn. You know, Eric's in the Hall of Fame, San Diego State. Tony Gwynn's in that Hall of Fame.
Are you there?
No, I went there for about a semester and said, I'm out. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Davis Anderson goes down swinging. You went there for a semester?
I couldn't stand my coach. I left.
Tony Gwynn was not coaching there, by the way.
No, he wasn't. I would stay now if he was coaching. But look at this turn. Tony's hoping they can do that at state too, right there. That's a tremendous turn by these youngsters. Are they excited about double play? They should be. They're having a tremendous game. They're up 6-0 over Maitland, Florida.
I want to remind you, our coverage will continue of this Little League World Series. The locals from Newtown, Pennsylvania, looking for their first win, taking on Davenport, Iowa, hoping for their first W. 8 o'clock, ESPN 2. There you see Saudi Arabia and Curacao will be going at it tonight. That'll be at 6 o'clock Eastern time, and that will be followed up at 8 o'clock by that Iowa-Pennsylvania game, all on ESPN 2. Delighted to have you with us here on this Monday. And with a 6-0 lead, we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Dugout continues to not only get exercise, but exercises everybody else. Tomlinson is now out of there as the pitcher, and more off the leadoff batter is going to come on.
I think the man was going to fall down.
To go easy there. Tomlinson with 4 innings worked and the 6 runs, including a couple of home runs on 6 hits. Walked 1, struck out 3. And not wanting to use these pitchers too far into games in order to keep them available, Tanner Stanley's gone down there and started to warm up. Hawaii has left their starter and their ace in the ball game.
At this point in time, he's gone this far in the game. You may as well let him complete the game.
And he is at the plate leading it off. Agape takes a breaking ball inside, hit into a fielder's choice, scored in the third, grounded out his other time up.
Malachi Agape. It's a cool name, huh?
Great name. 1-1 delivery to him. Fastball's taken inside. Laroff with the 2-1 delivery. That one timed perfectly into center field. Dunham could not cut it off. May try for two. Here's the throw into second base. Not in time. Agape delivers a stand-up double to lead off the 5th inning. His 5th hit in 3 games.
Well, you're seeing the complete package today from the kids from Hawaii. They swing the bats and they run the bases aggressively. See the base hit the center. Ball rolls to the wall and he ended up at second easy.
That'll be his 2nd double that he's picked up in this Little League World Series. And the 7th hit for Hawaii in this game. Shane Baniaga. We showed you the home run he hit in the 1st inning. Good for 2 RBIs. His 1st homer of this Little League World Series. And he popped out his 2nd time up. Going to try a pickoff. Shortstop Bichette trying to sneak in behind the runner. Pretty good throw by Hamner right there.
Yeah, it was. You know, Hamner's hero is Johnny Bench. That's why he wears number 5.
Right field. Anderson on his knees puts it away.
He may have left second a little early. I'm checking.
Yeah, I thought he did too. Agapi tagged up and moved on. Anderson made the catch.
One out. You see a good look here. It looks like he's going to catch it up top. No, he waited plenty of time. Good job. Nice and easy.
Yep.
Look from our vantage point at first that he did leave a little early.
He got there so fast, but clearly the tag was on time. Here's the appeal.
See that, checking it.
Second base umpire says nope, he left on time. That's Bob Clatton out of Springfield, Illinois with the call.
Good call, Bob. Bob saw something we didn't see initially.
The right call.
Yes, he did. He got it right.
Mamea is at the plate. The other home run hitter today. His RBIs, 3 of them came in the 3rd inning on that home run. And that to right field. Adam Ball, almost not quite. Anderson, a run will score. And down to second base goes Mamea.
Once again, the base running. Great effort out there in right field. Almost came down with this play. Ball smoked the other direction. The ground cannot cause a fumble.
He's had a tough time on a couple of plays out there.
Yeah.
That one's a tough ball that you couldn't quite get in front of it. It will go as a hit and an RBI. You credit him with a double and an RBI. That's 4 RBIs in the game for Mamea.
And it just stays dangerous because this kid right here is probably the best athlete on the team.
7-0 lead. Fayao doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. He's had 4 hits in the 3 games played. 2 of them have been home runs. Two-strike pitch outside and low. 1-2 on Fayao.
He one-hopped that double off the wall in left field his last at bat.
Been on a championship team before. His Pony League won the state championship title back in 2003. Fayao was on.
Ball's right back there. Oh, hit! You moved in position to make that catch too.
I was protecting you.
I saw that.
As soon as that thing came up, I was right over here like this.
You were just getting greedy. Let's see. Here's the replay because I was ready to catch it. You got greedy. That's what happened.
See? Had you covered.
Let's let the sure hands have it.
We ought to put our gloves on. Line 2 delivery.
Oh, I thought it was going to nick off the top up there.
Everybody needs a glove. Here we go. We're ready now.
It is.
Here you go. Come on. Throw strike right here.
That's Little League for you.
Talk it up. That's what your coach used to say, that? Little League?
Hey, better. Come on, better. And they swing. Hey, better. Swing.
Better.
2-2.
That's the screen in front of us here that Harold's always trying to catch balls off because they come right up the top of the booth here. That's too far away.
I need a net like they have at Yankee Stadium. You know, the fans will sit behind them with that fishing net and go out there. And they bring that up here. You know, you ask for things, they just show up here at this place.
Don't ask for any more food, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
2-2 delivery. Up high, 3-2.
3-2.
I want to thank the folks at Wilson. They delivered the left-handed glove we didn't have yesterday so I could protect you up here.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Never mind. You weren't listening. 3-2 delivery. Von Feau takes it down low. Runner goes. Not in time. So a walk and a wild pitch. And there are now runners at first and third with one down here in the 5th inning.
Watch him keep this ball in front of him. And just comes up and throws a strike. That's a nice play. It's just good base running. Now here's a ball that's foul tipped off his hand earlier. He's getting beat up a little bit back there. But what you want to do is you want to keep that hand from being exposed.
Well, he caught that pretty good on the hand. Guevara, runner goes. Play coming to the plate. Bichette's relay. Not in time. It worked. Lemea scores. It is an 8-0 lead.
See great fundamentals by both teams. Now here's the throw and the relay. Here's the throw down second. Bichette cuts it off and throws a strike to the plate. And we got a good call by the umpires. Just tremendous execution all the way around. Close play, but he got it right.
It is now 8-0. Runner at second base. One away. Guevara could end this game with a home run. He has an RBI single, 2 for 2.
And he's trying to.
0-2 count. So Guevara's out of there. Moroff gets his first strikeout.
You see how he's got this block right here. Look at the slide. Now, home plate is you want to slide all the way through it. This is the one base you can slide through and not to. If you're sliding into the base in front of it, you got to stop. But any other time, home plate's the one you can slide all the way through. Good job right there.
2 down. Let me correct myself on the ruling here. They could get the 10-run lead, obviously, but the home team would have to bat in the bottom half of the inning.
Yes. That's correct.
Towards short, that's going to be a base hit. Making the turn, easily scoring the 9th run with a throw into second base. Kaipak delivers the RBI. And all the fans from New Jersey for the youngster playing for Hawaii.
Well, they are putting it on them with just aggressive baseball. And when you're aggressive, you force mistakes.
A 9-0 lead here in the 5th inning. Runner on at second base with 2 down. Moroff, who just came on in the inning. Now the Aloha Power is showing up 23-4. They are outscoring the opposition in the 3 games they have played here in this Little League World Series. So the Hammers have been working here. And that one towards second base. Tomlinson makes the play, and that will end the inning. 3 runs across here in the 5th. Hawaii looking to go 3-0 and guarantee their #1 spot in Pool A has a 9-0 lead. Inning. Agape has gone the distance. Gets a strike here. Chris Miller leading it off. Couple of walks, 5 strikeouts. And for Maitland, Florida, just 4 hits in the ball game. They gathered a group for what they're calling a watch party at City Hall in Maitland. Fans were invited there today to enjoy the game as their community is excited about the first time their Little League program has reached the Little League World Series. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Miller. Taking the memories home.
1-2. Well, this game was not an elimination game. Obviously, you're playing to see who you might play in the next round as pool play moves on. But as far as implications of are we eliminated or are we going to continue to play here, this really didn't have a whole lot of bearing on that.
Nope. Both these teams already knew they would be moving on to the next round. It's just positioning in the pool. One of these the winner will be #1, loser #2. And the #1 team plays the #2 team from the other pool, and vice versa. So that's what's up for grabs here in this game. And Hawaii's got the 9-0 lead. 5th inning, 6 innings, of course, a regulation game. Wow, that may be as hard as he has thrown in the ball game. 1 away. He's got 6 strikeouts. We'll check in with Sam. Sam Ryan.
And you know, Gary and Harold, Hawai'i, his first name means leader in Hawaiian. I was speaking with his mom, Dawn, earlier. She told me he is her firstborn. So in Hawaiian, the tradition is to name your firstborn after something you want them to become. And he certainly has become a leader for this team.
It worked. The 3rd. Foul territory. Feao's got it, 2 down. Lots of the names in the Hawaiian language in particular have great historical meaning from the islands. You will see his first name associated with buildings and parks throughout the islands in the terms of leadership and first. So there, Harold.
Yeah, that's great. I think it's important and to carry those traditions on and pass that on through generation. That's how you build those traditions.
Their 9th appearance from the islands. 88 U.S. champs. Last time was 2002. 3rd.
Watch this arm.
Feao. Holy moly. Did not get hurt. 3 up, 3 down.
They're waiting to watch him throw the ball all day. I'm telling you, wait till he gets on the mound. Watch this throw again. You guys in them big league locker rooms. That is a missile. Sets up and throws and hits his target.
3-2, runners at first and second. Left field. Abramson backing. Goodbye home run. Just out of his reach. A little breeze blowing to left field may have helped him. It is a 3-run homer. One of many that Hawaii has used. 8 Little League Series home runs so far, leading the tournament this year. 7 shy of the all-time mark for a team. And they've come from the middle of this order. They've had 5 different players who've delivered long balls. And right now, that's really generating some outstanding offense for this team. As they've got the 9 runs on 9 hits. Florida, no runs, 4 hits, and an error. Maitland, Florida, as we mentioned, while they had won the first 2 games, they had scored just 10 runs and hit only 227 as a team. And have been held down today by the ace of the staff, Agapai from Hawaii. They will get another shot at it, though, as we go to the 6th inning. 21st appearance for a Florida team. 8-time U.S. champion. Last time they were here, represented in 03 by East Boynton Beach. Top of the 6th inning. Tanner Stanley's now doing the pitching. Oliviato's fly ball is misplayed in center, and he will go into second base to lead the inning off, and will stay there as Stanley covers up on the throw that got away.
He just missed one his last at bat. Again, he hit this ball a little further than expected. This ball just got in a little bit of a current and took off.
I think they're going to call that a 2-base error.
He's like, I can't believe they called that an error.
Yeah, they hit that ball a long way.
That's a hit in his own home book.
That's right. Kenny Enos. Kovar, runner holds.
There he goes.
Gets the out, runner goes. Good base running. They get the out. Runner moves to third base with 1 away. Still talking about the fact you're going to get a hit.
Yeah. Kids keep those stats now. You know that.
A 9-0 lead. Agape has doubled, scored twice. 1 for 3 in the game.
Hello, pitcher.
It's an RBI chance here. He has driven in 4 so far in the 3 games. Mamea's had a 4 RBI game here today, and Michael Mamea now with 7 RBIs to lead the team. Again, center field. On the warning track, Dunham runner tags, sac fly.
10th run.
And a 10-0 lead. Runs on 9 hits for Hawaii. This does not apply now because the home team is Florida, the trailing team, and they must get their last at-bats in the inning in which the
I'm
team
gonna let Eddie pitch an inning, okay? Great job.
10-0 lead.
Super job.
So Stanley's going to come out of there having worked to just a couple of hitters.
Larry. 1 out. This guy can hit fastballs. So let's go.
He's just giving every kid an opportunity to pitch. That's all he's doing.
21 for 2. Do I need to go?
New pitcher, 21. Okay.
Eddie Abramson, who had
21.
made the efforts out in left field earlier today, will come on to do the pitching.
Years from now, they'll be running back this game, tape of this game, and saying, "Look, I pitched in Williamsport." No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. Here
I'll show you. Look at this. Abramson on in relief. This is what was up for grabs. Is up for grabs in this game. This is the final game of pool play for both Florida and Hawaii. One will be number 1, one will be number 2. Lafayette, Louisiana, and Rancho Buena Vista, California will be playing against one another tomorrow to decide who the number 1 team is in Pool B. Then the number 1 in A plays number 2 in B. Number 1 in B plays number 2 in A. That next round is single elimination. So all teams here at the Little League World Series are guaranteed at least 3 games, 3 official games, and then as we've mentioned before, many of these teams will challenge other teams for unofficial games just for the fun of it. They play against one another, and the umpires and everybody around good enough so that those games, those challenge games just for fun, are fully umpired. The umpires come out, the teams are fully uniform for the games. The umpires call the game, and it's played just like an official game would be played.
Yes, indeed. They've come a long ways, and the kids love it. Play a lot of baseball.
Beniaga pops that one up. Little collision there. Tomlinson was there to put it away, and that will do it here in the 6th inning. 10-0 Hawaii.
Good job, Mikey.
How'd that feel, huh? How'd that feel? Great job. I'm proud of you.
ESPN's coverage of the 2005 Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Cereal. Never stop earning your stripes. And in part by RE/MAX. RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Little League Baseball. And Bank of America. Higher standards.
We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Last half inning of regulation. Maitland, Florida, down now 10-0. Agape's been on the mound for Hawaii, gone the distance. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Bichette, a double and a single. 6 hits in 9 at-bats in this Little League World Series for him. Couple of home runs.
Whoa.
Come on now, hit hard. Catch it out front, kid. Come out your shoes.
There's Dante's numbers against Atlanta in '95 in the postseason, and there's Dante Jr. here at the Little League World Series.
Well, son 1, father nothing so far in that regard.
I'll take 588 though. That's not bad.
That's amazing. 4 games, a home run, 3 RBIs. 3-0 count.
Ball.
3rd walk.
No.
Agape has surrendered. Around the Horn now appearing on ESPN2 if you were looking for that. ESPN2 Around the Horn right now. 6th inning, nobody out, 1 on. Skip Tovar is singled and struck out. To short, Enos. Beniaga. Mercy, mercy, mercy.
That is the 3rd double play of the day. Wow. They pride themselves as the best defensive team here in the Little League World Series, and you know what? It's hard to question them. This is a bullet at the shortstop. Woo. Look at this turn right here. Wow.
Boy, those have been crisp double plays.
Ball.
They have turned. That is amazing. 3 double plays in 1 game for a Little League team.
Telling you what, there's a few big league teams wish they could turn 3. That was pretty impressive.
Mike Tomlinson hit into one of those double plays. He's 0 for 2. This could be the ball game. Beniaga drops that one. It'll be an error. Throws that one wild. Runner will go to second base. Manea, catcher, will not make a throw.
Too easy.
Yep.
Trying to figure out where you're going.
They remind you that they're 11 and 12 real quick.
I want to remind you of more action going to be coming up today. 6 o'clock, ESPN2, Saudi Arabia, Curacao. Tonight at 8 o'clock, it'll be Davenport, Iowa, Newtown, Pennsylvania, ESPN2. Those are the games we'll be seeing later on today. 2 down here. Hawaii trying to wrap up a 3-0 mark in pool play. The other games that have taken place already today. Mexico beat Russia 7-0. Japan over Venezuela 7-4. A 5-game day on this Monday. Little League World Series play. Runner at second base. Maitland, Florida, trying to avoid the shutout now. Lee Dunham. 0-2. Maitland, Florida, through the state play and into regional play, only lost 1 game, 18-1. Then you add the victories they've had here, 20-1 as a team. Now Bill Carter's checking the baseball.
Come on, Bill.
0-2 count on Dunham.
Oh, pitcher.
Here, Kev.
Dunham has drawn a walk, grounded out. Agape trying to complete this ball game. Get the win. That's what the home fans want from Hawaii. 0-2 delivered. That's that. Hawaii is number 1 in their pool, 3-0, as they win it over Maitland, Florida, 10-0.
That's as good a performance you're going to see at the Little League World Series, and I'm not just talking individually, as a team. Power, speed, and defense. They dominated.
Largest margin of victory so far in this 2005 Little League World Series, with a 10-0 win, 10-9-1 for Hawaii. 0-4-2 Maitland, Florida. We will come right back to wrap this one up. Agape with a tremendous performance. Wrapped it up here. You see over at first base the celebration beginning. Aliviato, the first baseman. 6 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts for a 10-0 win for the number 1 offensive team right now. The team from Hawaii. They are 3-0. They guarantee themselves that number 1 spot. Maitland, Florida will finish second. Davenport, Iowa, and Newtown, Pennsylvania will have a chance against one another later tonight. And then tomorrow, Lafayette, Louisiana, Vista, California will play for the number 1 spot there. And Hawaii will be playing the number 2 team in Pool B. How about the power of this team from Hawaii?
Tremendous team effort. A long drive here. This kind of broke the game open, getting that home run early. 2-0 start. Really turns out all they needed. Then the big home run by Mamiya. This is a 3-run home run that really was a finishing point. But I'll tell you what, the home runs were nice. It was cool to see. But the pitching was amazing from Agape. The 3 double plays they turned. That's what I'm going to remember about this team.
That is a pretty complete ball game when you get that kind of pitching. You get power, and then you get the defensive play we saw in the field. Of the home runs, now they've got 3 guys on this Hawaii team, Agape, Mamea, and Fayao, all of whom have had 2 home runs so far in the first 3 games the team has played. I think maybe they've come on and surprised a lot of people with the offense that they've shown so far.
Well, they're very deep, and I don't think people respected that. But their team speed really sets up a lot of things also. They put a lot of pressure on you, but I'm still, the defense set them apart from most of the other clubs. The other teams can hit, and there's another team that can really pitch, but they do all 3 facets.
They ended any hopes Florida had in the 3rd inning with a double play, the same in the 4th inning, and then again in the 6th. 3 double plays turned to end any hope Maitland, Florida had to get an offense going. Pimentel from Rancho Buena Vista, California, the 18 strikeouts, one of the big headlines here, and then came up the grand slam in their victory against Maine. The Louisiana team, they have come back now twice. They got 3 runs against Maine in the first game to win 3-2, and had another come from behind win to go 2-0. And Japan and Guam have been the best with the international, as Japan has clinched number 1 in their pool, going 3-0, and Guam has gone to 2-0.
Well, Louisiana, the comeback kids, here they were down 2-0 in this ball game against Maine. Scored 3 in the final frame to win that ball game 3-2. And you know what? Yesterday they said, we're not through yet either. They were down at one time 8-1 in this ball game. Came back to win it 9-8. And that was the big difference against Owensboro, Kentucky.
That'll give you a lot of confidence, no matter what age you may be. So that's going to do it here for our ball game for the moment. We're going to be joining you back here later on tonight As the final score here, Hawaii wins it 10-0. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, you can log on to ESPN.com. I want to remind you that coming up next right here on ESPN, we're going to be joining Around the Horn that is already in progress. We will be back with you later on for the Newtown, Pennsylvania, Davenport, Iowa game scheduled at 8. Saudi Arabia, Curacao go at 6. For Sam, Harold, I'm Gary. See you.